Damn, just that quick, we live. Well, welcome back to the Labor Lines
Boom.
podcast, where we talk about current events and some more ish. I appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you can see when we going live. We finna get into the show.
We opening up a can of worms. Like, you could go viral tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in
Soul Connect.
to another episode of the Labor Lounge. We appreciate you. Labor Lounge, that's right, we been working out. All that issue can't talk at work, we can talk about. Labor Lounge. I ain't gonna argue with ya, I'ma hit you with these facts so that you can get the picture. Hey.
And there it goes. So, welcome back to the Labor Lounge on a special Saturday night episode where we having the blue collar hangout because I just got off of work and I rushed home for this foolishness to sit up here with the professor. How you doing tonight?
I'm feeling great, man.
I had my boy waiting a whole hour. I got caught up at work though.
Listen, man, let me tell you something, man. Things happen on a daily basis, and the understanding of both of our minds is that the priority is the show, man. So even if I gotta wait 2 hours, 3 hours, I don't care, man. It is what it is, bro. Like, we're gonna get this done, and it doesn't matter if I lose sleep over it. You know, rain, sleet, hail, snow, commitments are what it is.
I'm glad you feel that way because I'm getting ready to talk my junk. Last week, we had a brief conversation talking about the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, and you've been sending me clips all week. You've been sending me clips all week talking about, oh, Mike Tyson finna do this and he finna do that. And I said, I might put some money up on this, right? Didn't I say that?
Yeah, you did. You said you might put it on the other side just in case.
I think I'm gonna put my money on Jake Paul, bro.
Yo, I think
just because everybody's so hyped about Mike Tyson, I'm finna put my money on Jake Paul. And I think I'm finna come up.
Let me tell you something. Mike Tyson is built different, okay?
Nobody want to hear that.
They don't want to hear it, but unfortunately it's the truth and they have to hear it, right? Because I'm not here for what you want to hear. I'm here for what the truth is. And the truth of the matter is, when this guy is cut from a different cloth, you can't go ahead and treat him like another individual that would be questionable in taking a dive. Mike Tyson has one of the most impeccable records, you know, maybe an asterisk here or there, but those asterisks do not matter in comparison to the sheer punching power, speed, and skill that this gentleman just has and exudes naturally, right? You can't go ahead and duplicate things like that. You can't build a regular person to that. You gotta be built for that. And the way that Mike is built, he's built solid inside and out. And he already said on a different platform in the ring, like, yo, I'm not taking no dive. He said, I'm trying to go ahead and see this guy in WWE just like his brother is. Like, he's taking him out of this profession. So for me,
that's his goal.
You clearly all of the videos that I done sent he ain't been seeing all this time. You know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, you might want to check up on the last one I sent you where he said, and I quote, I want him to go end up like his brother in WWE. All right, so he's going to take him out of boxing because at that point it's going to be overwhelming. He's trying to clean my man's clock, and I'm here for it.
Well, like a lot of people, you don't listen because I tell you I can't get things off of Facebook, but you continue to send me things on Facebook. So,
yo, why does my man have a Facebook handicap and it's got to be my responsibility?
I tell you how to send me information and you just refuse to do it. But
yo, he has a specific way. But go ahead with your clip.
Yeah, I got a specific way. When I'm the man over here controlling the computer, making all the edits and putting the videos together, you send it to me the way I want. I don't want to hear that.
Your mama call you Cletus. I'ma call you Cletus.
All right. So Mike Tyson posts day 4 training video for Jake Paul. Fight fires in the house. So Mike Tyson has a video that he put on the platform X. Mike Tyson is training hard for this fight against Jake Paul on July 20th in Arlington, Texas. The boxing legend who has been chronicling his training sessions with the videos on social media, took to X on Saturday to provide an update on his 4th training session. So let's see if we can look at this video on X. Am I in frame? Am I in frame?
Close. Right there. Yeah, you're close enough. Go ahead.
All right, let's see what Mike looked like.
Day 4, he was okay, but you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War. And get ready, baby. Fire in the house.
Yo, get ready, baby. Fire's in the house, yo. Y'all people ain't ready, yo. I'm trying to tell you, yo.
Tyson 57 is 50-6 in his career with the 44 wins coming via knockout. He hasn't competed in a non-exhibition match since a loss to Kevin McBride in 2005. So have they decided if this is going to be a boxing match or an exhibition?
I heard that they were trying to make this an official joint, but either way, I just hope the same result happens. I don't care for the record. I care for the integrity of the match, and I want to see Mike do what he does to this individual. Let's be clear. I'm not somebody that just wishes, hurt on somebody. I just want this person that is fighting in this sport to go ahead and lose because my money is on Mike. So don't make me out to be an evil guy, but I still want to see your guy sleep, period.
You're an evil guy.
I'll take it. Go ahead and the Labor Lounge at Gmail. Attention, professor, bro. Come get me, bro. Yeah, yo, straight up, come get me, yo. Like I'm not gonna budge. Yo, my man is from Catskill, New York, from East Flat.
Seems like they got a lot of stuff going on next. I might have to make an X account. The former heavyweight champion was last in action in 8-round exhibition bout against Roy Jones Jr. in July 2020 at Crypto.com Arena in LA, which resulted in a draw. Paul, a YouTuber turned boxer, is 9-1 in his career with 6 knockouts. His lone loss came to Tommy Fury in February 23. The 27-year-old has defeated the likes of Tyron Woodley, Anderson Silva, Nate Diaz, and Andre August. He was last in action on March 2nd, a TKO win over Ryan Berlin. If Tyson is able to turn back the clock and definitively take down Paul this summer, it will be one of the most talked about fights of the year. Ain't that something, bro? That'll be one of the most talked about fights of the year. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul.
They've created this lane of fighting celebrities, and they fight celebrities that are animals in their own arena, but they won't fight anybody who's actually in the boxing, space. I don't know what prompted him to go fight Mike outside of the fact that Mike is like 58 years old. But I'm hoping that this is the perfect recipe for the right storm. A little bit of Mike is too old, he's washed up, he's got power, but I could definitely overpower him. I'm quicker than him, I'm stronger than him right now, and he's still looked at as a legend, especially with his exhibitions, people looking at his training sessions and being like, yo, he still got it. Maybe I could take him. I think that's what's going on in Jake Paul's mind, but I think it is a strong misconception because of Mike at one point in time was punching at like somewhere near of 2,000 psi. So can you imagine a gentleman that goes ahead and have it reduced as he ages? Even like according in theory, let's say this is the case. At his prime, he was punching at 2,000 psi. If he was to go ahead and just have some kind of natural attrition just from growing older, in theory, he'd still be better than an amateur boxer with that amount of power. Like let's say he loses 1,000, he'd have 1,000 psi punching power. That's a lot. The average boxer, I think, is somewhere in the range, and somebody please correct me, right? Because I'm thinking off the top of my head right now, and the jack got me loose. So, the average boxer should be somewhere in the range of 500, 600 psi, if I'm correct. So
I have no idea.
So if my man is at theoretically half of what he could do before, he still has enough knockout power to go ahead and knock out the most amateur boxers, which that's what I consider Jake Paul. He ain't no pro. He's an amateur boxer that fights people outside of the realm of boxing, and because they're tough in their realm of fighting, he gets points for fighting, the toughest guy in another arena. It is what it is, man. I just want to see him get his head punched off.
I'm glad you want to see that. That means you go be willing to take my dollar bet. Take the dollar bet. I'm putting a dollar bet on Jake Paul. You accept?
No, and I counter you with a $50 bet on Jake Paul.
Oh, he tried to hit the big $50. Listen, dollar bet, man. See, this is the thing. It's not about,
you know what you smell.
It's not,
anybody else smell that?
No, it's not about the money. It's not about the money.
Smell.
It's about the pride, because I don't want you to cash out me no dollar. I want you to put a dollar bill in the envelope, and I want you to send it to me. Man, you can meow like a cat all you want. I want you to mail me $1. Do you accept the bet or not?
What's up with that 50 though, dog?
Do you accept the bet or not?
You got that $50. Let's make this stake. This has got to be. Look, if you gonna bet, you need to bet. $1 is not a bet. We need to go ahead and have some kind of risk, okay? And I know we're both working individuals, so I'm not trying to go ahead and make it a hundo, right? But I said something that would be somewhere in the middle and be, perfectly mediocre, where we take a little bit of risk and we'll remember it and be like, damn, man, I lost this damn $49.99 that I put out here, bro. I think $49.99 is the perfect mid spot. I think it's something to gain. I think it's a great sportsmanship bet. I think it's awesome. And what's up with the shake, bro? You know what I'm saying? I mean, what's good with that?
You talking like that because you misunderstanding the value of $1. See, it's not about the money.
Stop it.
It's not about the money.
Imagine a man at my age telling me that I misunderstand the value of $1.
I want you, listen, when I win the dollar, I want you to put that dollar in the envelope. I want your ass to lick a stamp, and I want you to mail it. I don't want you to cash at me.
Hey,
I don't want you to Vivo.
Listen.
I want you to mail me $1.
It's Venmo, right? Your old dinosaur.
Whatever.
Listen,
Venmo.
So, look, Vivo. What the hell, bro? Somebody get your mans, bro. Listen, look. Go ahead, go down to the post office like you want to do, and you go ahead and swing the little Tahoe around, dog. Go ahead and pull up and put my $49.99 in an envelope with a stamp. I'll put your $49.99 in there with a stamp too. I won't cash app you. It will not be convenient. It will not be swift. This will be a lengthy ass whooping. Okay, it's going down. What's up with that $49.99, my guy? You know what I'm saying? Don't run from it. What's good?
Let me see when this fight is again.
It's in July.
We might have to live stream the night of the fight, and you better be watching it, bro.
What? Are you think I won't be watching? Listen, first and foremost,
July 20th. July 20th.
Okay. I'll be in New York watching that.
Oh, that's perfect. I want you to be in New York watching this fight. That's your home state, right?
Oh, you want to do it like that, player? So you're gonna be in your state. You gonna come to Georgia or what? We really gonna make this a hometown duo for $49.99? I'm down with it. Yo, what's up?
We gonna come back to that $49.99 versus $1.
You bugging, bro. It's $49.99. It's 2 bottles of Jack. You playing? You don't need that much.
I need that to pay for my Weight Watchers, right? Because Weight Watchers need me right now. So
why you going? You should have got Ozempic. You should have put your money on Ozempic, bro. You was betting on the wrong one to begin with. That's why we here making these decisions. You know,
it's not a good sign. I was betting on Weight Watchers and Ozempic the one really winning. So check this out.
About to lose. That's exempt. That's going to be an example of how this butt whooping is going to occur for this $49.99 on July 20th. My God, you bet on the wrong one. You're gonna bet on the wrong one consistently. Go ahead, talk to me.
So we talked about Weight Watchers last week. Weight Watchers reeling from collapsing stock and Oprah's departure in age of Ozempic. Vows to prove the naysayers wrong and turn its fortunes around. So Weight Watchers is stepping up to the challenge from what it sounds like. The CEO at WW International, also known as Weight Watchers, told employees in a memo today that the company is on track to beat its previously offered first quarter guidance and suggested that the employees disregard breathless media coverage and that the company's stock price would take care of itself. The battered stock dropped 20% today to $1.87 and is down 78% year to date. 2 weeks ago, the company announced that its star board member and longtime investor Oprah Winfrey would depart the company's board in May and donate her stake in the company. Winfrey, like 9 million other Americans, said this year that she is using weight loss medication. Winfrey joined the board in 2015 after investing $43 million in the company and agreeing to allow Weight Watchers to use her name and image in its marketing. According to the company's disclosure, Winfrey wasn't supposed to let any company but Weight Watchers use her name, likeness, and endorsement in connection with any other weight loss or weight management programs. She was also not to engage in any other weight loss or weight management business programs, products, or services during the strategic term and for the year thereafter. And for 1 year thereafter. So
they finna sue her. No, they finna sue her.
She's hold on, wait. I think you might be misunderstanding something because they said Winfrey wasn't supposed to let any company but Weight Watchers use her name, likeness, and endorsement in connection with any other weight loss or weight management programs. She was also not to engage in any other weight loss or weight management business, program, products, or services during the strategic term and 1 year thereafter. Oh yeah, I see what you. Yeah, I don't know. She
finna get sued, bro, because they said, look, you can't use, endorse, talk about, let them use your name to anything. You can look in your personal life, you can't even go ahead and do something else that would help you lose weight outside weight. Okay, that's what they said. They said in your personal life,
we got you. What Dave Chappelle say? Got you, bitch.
Yo, straight up and down. Yo, they finna sue Oprah. You said I misunderstood. You misunderstood, sir.
Yes,
she finna get sued, bro. Like, yo, well, you know what? It depends. Yeah, no. She finna get sued because they're gonna let the damage occur and they're gonna document the damage. Right, and then that's going to be used as evidence. Our stock dropped, our this dropped. We didn't plan for that. We had no idea. We made agreements, and she went ahead and voided said agreement, and she came out publicly as saying that. Right?
Yeah.
Really, and truly, you know, I don't know if she thought that publicly. She felt that she was going to be exonerated of this by her being completely honest and forthright and severing pathways with them, but the damage is already done because they told you not to use another product during this course. You used that other product, you had the weight loss, and it was during the term that we went ahead and contracted with you, right? So outside of that, you went ahead and went in severed ways, but all of this happened before you severed ways. This didn't happen after you severed ways. If you were to sever, you know, ways and then go ahead and be like, okay, now I can go ahead and get Ozempic on and then lose the weight. That's completely different. No, you lost the weight. You used the product, and it was while it was a contractual period. And now you're trying to sever ways. Like I don't know what you were hoping to achieve. You were probably better off just not saying anything and just keeping it pushing.
Now, ain't it crazy? She joined Weight Watchers in 2015 with all those terms and agreements. And here it is. She used Ozempic for a year and lost everything she wanted.
Yo, I don't even think it was it even for a year? I don't even think it was that long.
I don't know exactly how long it was, but the fact that Oprah has been dealing with Weight Watchers, you're talking about for 9 years. And here it is. She said, you know what? I see this hot new Kardashian trend. She finna go get this prick. Go ahead. Use Ozempic. Lose the weight. Now she out here don't know how to act. She on carpets everywhere, wearing tight jeans, fitted dresses. Oprah out here showing out at the age of 70.
Yo, but you know, yo, you right.
So what you gonna sue me for? Cause your program didn't work?
No. Contracts. Whether my program worked or not, that wasn't in the contract.
Yeah. It wasn't in the contract.
Yeah, you can say all that while you're paying.
The craziness of I supported you guys and you let me down. I found something that worked and now you're going to try to sue me. It'll be interesting to see if they do come out and sue. I mean, it definitely does sound like that, but I want to see how that plays out. I'm pretty sure there's some big boy talk going on behind the scenes. It is.
Oh, bro, they are definitely festering with this 20% stock drop. People have to answer to people. You of all people know that. Right. So know once the stock drops, words have to be said and somebody has to be chopped. So if you have something that's an outside force that occurred, that's a good way to shield a lot of your members that are inside of there for the 20% stock drop.
Where did you see 20%? It's 78% year to date.
Right there. The battered stock dropped another 20%.
Right there, 20% to $1.87.
Yo, your boy Professor is on his ish. Okay, stop playing with me, bro.
Can I continue reading, bro?
Go ahead.
In the memo, CEO Seema Sistani said the stock price doesn't reflect the company's performance and that trade-offs made in her near term would pay off in the way of the future growth. She also noted that the company's long-term debt agreement would not mature until 2028 and 2029, which gives Weight Watchers ample time to complete a turnaround. The company has gotten itself into a weight loss meds industry, purchasing telehealth platform Sequence last year for $132 million. Big money talk. Turning around and totally transforming a business is not for the faint of heart, said Sistani in her memo. Again, I know clickbait stories and their predictable, albeit temporary, market impact don't feel great, but take pride because we will prove the naysayers wrong. The memo came on the heels of news that private equity firm controlled by former chairman Ray DeBane, who re-signed in March 2023, had made $4.8 billion over 23 years by selling the stock at $7.15 per share when DeBane exited. MarketWatch noted that Weight Watchers had tapped stars over the years, including Charles Barkley, Jessica Simpson, James Corden, Jenny McCarthy, and Jennifer Husband in a bid to lure dieters to the company's offerings. News also broke this week that lenders had hired lawyers to negotiate debt with Weight Watchers. So, yeah, they got a lot going on over there, bro. Oprah leaving that huge gap, bro. She's been doing this for so long.
You mentioned
this has been using her for so long, and now she's out of there. And not only is she out of there, she lost weight with another drug that is the hot trend right now, being Ozempic. That's crazy.
Listen, she left at the most inopportune time. They were making big moves. Telehealth at 132 million, right? So they were trying to brand their image with a special type of, oh no, Weight Watchers definitely cares about you. They have a telehealth center that'll go ahead and help you with any kind of weight issues or outside of that. Telehealth. That's like, you ever seen Teledoc where you can go ahead and get your symptoms diagnosed over the phone or a video call or something like that, and then go to the pharmacy and then take a pill and call it a day? Like, that's your session. They were trying to do something in the realm of that. So imagine you're trying to make big money moves like that, and your spokesperson dips on you at that moment. Oh, bro, they're gonna run it up. They're gonna run up that tab in court real quick. It's
He opening up a can of worms.
Damn,
yeah, basically. No, we opening up a can of worms.
Well, you say that hit the right moment,
like,
ain't it?
yo, straight up and down. Oprah opened up a can of worms, and it's about to go down in court.
What he say?
He opening up a can of worms. Like,
I'm trying to tell you, like, it's not a game. Like, yo, you're making all of these money moves, and then you have a 20% stock drop. That wasn't anticipated. Your stock dropped because of the spokesperson did it. And if that's a direct effect of that, you may not be able to hold her accountable for the stock drop, but you can use that as supporting evidence of her using another drug and that hurting the branding of your product, and parting ways in that fashion. You can't go ahead and get mad at her, because I don't know if there's like a cancellation clause or anything, but the one thing is a guarantee is she used another product during their term, and they are going to run up the tab just on that alone, because I think that's the only thing they can get her on.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out what Oprah got in store. I'm uploading another video right now. But you already know. The next video, I want to talk about something that most times people do this. We talk about it, but I've never really felt the benefit from it. I think, if anything, it makes me more tired. But we're talking about power naps, right? Have you ever taken a power nap?
A power nap. This is supposed to be like something where I take like a nap and it's intense as hell or something, or what? Like, help me understand. Like, yo, we need to define a power nap, because
power nap,
yeah.
A power nap is a moment of rest. It's basically where you just sit back, you knock out somewhere between 15, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. You wake up and people swear they feel refreshed by it. Most times people that use power naps are people that work odd schedules, right? So if you work like a late night shift, you go home, you fall asleep at, let's say, 5 o'clock in the morning, you wake up at 7, you feel refreshed because you got to get back to the office at 8 o'clock. So basically, essentially, you took like a power nap. You're picking up what I'm putting down? So my question to you is, have you ever taken a power nap, or do you feel power naps actually work? I guess you don't, because you don't even know what a power nap was.
Sir, well, wait, can you relax? Just 1 second. Listen, I attempted to take.
You gonna bet me $1?
I'll bet you $49.99. Listen. I've attempted to take a power nap. It doesn't work out like that for me. I'm not built the same way. If I am going on lack of sleep, it is not a good idea for me to go ahead and try to go ahead and sleep if I need to continue on to a particular point. My best bet is to run the gas tank dry, because the second that my eyes go down, I'm out for a minimum of 3 to 4 hours. It's happening.
So I'm going to give you my power nap story. There was a short spell where I was working 2 jobs, right? I was working for a hardware store, and I got a job at a place called DD's Discount, right? Mm-hmm. Now, because I had this set schedule where I was working on the weekends, I had the weekends off, I said, I'm going to pick up a part-time job. I'm going to run it up. I'm going to just have to run 7 days a week. Mm-hmm. It was a Sunday. I went to my car on my lunch break. Now, at DD's Discounts, you get a 30-minute lunch break. Right. So
Yikes.
I go to my car and I'm sitting in the car and I'm just like, I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna shut my eyes. Now you're talking about it's 4:00 in the afternoon, almost evening. I'm in the car.
I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm sorry. Nah, my bad,
Listen,
bro.
I'm in the car.
I'm a chill.
I say I'm gonna lay my head back and I'm sitting there and I got the radio going, the AC blowing, everything's good.
Yeah.
I closed my eyes for what felt like a couple seconds. I woke up. It was 7:30.
Jesus! Jesus! I tried
It
to
was 7:30. Yo, I'm sitting outside the car. I'm asleep. I wake up. Dog, do you know the feeling of walking back into a job, knowing you were supposed to be going 30 minutes,
Dog,
and I
you
was
messed
going
up.
a whole 3.5 hours?
Bro, you know what was going on inside of that store and how many times they were saying, like, yo, where's 3? Yo, where's 3? Where's 3? Has anybody seen 3? Man, I ain't seen 3 since last time, man. Dog, we're backed up over here on the registers. I don't know. We need 3.
Yo, so I didn't hold on to that job too much longer, man. I had to let him go. But I'll never forget, man. So when it comes to power naps and me, I agree, man. So if they don't work, I think they have their place where I think you accidentally take power naps. But I don't think it's something
Listen, they work for people that are delicate and dainty, okay? If you're like real small and petite and you can be like,
what does that have to do with anything?
And then you feel good, you wake up, and then now you're like Tinkerbell, you running all over the place. Yo, power naps don't work for real people. Like, yo, bro, when you're fatigued, it's a wrap. You're going down, okay?
You say real people?
Yo, I sleep through alarms. I sleep through hurricanes. I slept through a hurricane. I slept through what's the one that came down Royal Palm Boulevard, bro? Was that Irma?
What's that came down Royal Palm Boulevard? I
was it
know.
One of the listen, man. One of them hurricanes came down Royal Palm Boulevard in Coral Springs, Florida, when I was living there. The back doors on my mom's crib when I was there was going like this. Okay, there were double doors, and it was just hurricane winds. I was knocked out, and you know what was happening for me? Out, done. Power naps are the devil. If I take that, I'm getting in trouble. It's a wrap. I'm waking up and I'm gonna be like, oh shoot. It's 7:00 on the dot. I'm in my drop top.
We're not doing this. Let's get some more in-depth on it.
And today marks the end of National Sleep Awareness Week. And, here on Good Day, we have a lot of the same challenges that you all do, trying to get enough Z's. So we took our sleep questions to Dr. Jin-Young Kim at UNLV's nursing school. She's done her own in-depth deep sleep research.
How many hours of sleep should you be getting a night in order to feel well rested?
The recommended sleep hours by the National Sleep Foundation are 7 to 9 hours. It is very crucial that each person figures out their own ideal sleep time, because this ideal sleep time varies from person to person. And here's another thing that is just as important as how long we sleep, it is how well we sleep. If your sleep is too shallow and you're never hitting the deep restorative sleep phase, then you're not getting enough sleep.
When I'm really tired, I often take a nap, and I had heard 20 minutes was good, but sometimes I'm asleep for an hour or two. Is there a threshold, and is it ruining my sleep at night?
The short answer is yes. It is beneficial for some people, but the timing and duration is the key factors. So the recommended best length for a nap is about 20 minutes.
Just 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I know.
Those 2-hour naps. 2-hour naps. No.
So 20-minute nap, man. Does it do anything for you, boss?
I do 20-minute naps when I'm at the job actively awake. Like, that doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm falling in and out of sleep. If I'm that tired, I'm gonna just go ahead and take my chances with doing what I gotta do. Handle my business, bro. It's not gonna work for me because I'm gonna get in trouble or I'm gonna get fired. If I take that sleep, somebody catch me. Matter of fact, let me keep it a buck with you.
That's the
So at a previous job of mine, I was over there chilling. It was not a busy day, and I had taken a impromptu nap, and the supervisor caught me. I was out like this. I was gone, bro. I was gone, okay? But at the time, I was burning the candle at both ends, doing multiple jobs and things of that nature. So, he caught me, and homeboy definitely wrote me up. He ain't have to, but it is what it is.
You said he didn't have to?
He didn't have to.
Yeah, he did.
No, he didn't. Nobody else saw. He was the only one that saw.
Jazz. Straight up.
The Labor Lounge at gmail.com, attention 3. Because you see, he has no care in the world for anybody going through things where they're trying to make
problem, young man.
But my efforts here that I've put at the company have been stellar. I've put nothing but stellar efforts, right? And this is the first issue that we've ever had. I think that warrants that, you know what, we go talk about it and you have a conversation and I'll be like, yo, my bad, bro. I won't do that, man. But if I was chronic or I was like somebody who kept doing that, I get it. Go ahead and get him out the door. But, my man didn't. And he was the type of guy that he was an African dude. So he's black, but he's kind of distant from American black. So he's trying to go ahead and bond with us.
Because he's African black, that weighed in on his decision?
No, I'm not saying that weighed in on his decision. What I'm saying is that there was a gap in that type of space where when you're from here and you're from another country and you come here, the assimilation, we might have the same color of skin, but our ideologies might be very different, right? And so their ideals of Black Americans are that Black Americans are lazy, right?
And he caught you sleeping on the job, bro. So he said he go deal with that.
The Labor Lounge at gmail.com, attention 3. You see, because you see how he tries to paint a false narrative. I said that my efforts outside of this have been nothing but stellar. I've been an exemplary employee. Come there, he's just becoming my supervisor. It was unfortunate in the timing that this happened to happen. So it's kind of like, it kind of puts a funny space on your branding. But I was burning the candle at both ends. I had 2 jobs, unfortunately. So I got, man. But had it been 3, he would have had me only having 1 job.
You know what he said?
He's opening up a can of worms like...
He couldn't say that because there was a language barrier and going.
Nobody trying to hear that, bro. Hey, man, listen. Sometimes it happens, bro. I've been on the wrong end of those conversations, so I get it, man. But at the end of the day, you just gotta learn from it and keep it pushing. I know.
Let me tell you something. Sometimes
when the shoe's on the other foot, it damn sure ain't funny. I get it.
Sometimes jobs let go of their best people for technicalities, and it's just like, that's the worst thing you could do. And I get it. I know they're like, oh, well, if you let this go on, they're gonna think that it's okay and they could get away with it. That's not necessarily true for everybody. When you look at a track record of a person and they've always been on point for you, something starts to go ahead and occur, I think a conversation is in order. Like, just to go ahead and reprimand somebody just sends a terrible message, especially when somebody's been nothing but, your top employee.
I mean, it depends on the situation. You never really knows what's going on. It might be a top employee, but it's probably a lot of stuff that's done happen behind the scenes. Now, I'm assuming you're not talking about you specifically, but just in general.
No, I'm talking in general.
In general, there's a lot of things that happen behind the scenes because a lot of the times when you got people who are your good employee, they get comfortable. Oh well, nah, I'm good, and they start getting away with little digs here and there, coming in late here and there, breaking little rules here and there. All that little here and there adds up, and then you got to think that's your best employee. Other people are seeing that. So how long until you have a revolt happening where everybody think they can get away with a little bit here and there, and then it becomes, oh well, so and so does it. So a lot of those things got to be nipped in the bud, man. I agree with that, and unfortunately sometimes the best people get hit with that. It happens. So, and that
company will suffer. Yeah, the company will suffer. Because that best employee was probably the glue that was keeping all of everything together, despite them being late or whatever the case, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. When it came to performance, nobody was matching up with that individual. But you know what? A technicality, we got to get you out the door.
Just like clockwork,
you gotta go.
My boy. Hold on, man. Show respect to my boy Greg, bro. My boy popped up again, just like clockwork.
Okay.
Shout out to my boy Greg Max. Should be like in pro sports, treat everybody fair, but not the same. And I agree. Everybody's not the same. So it's crazy because I just had this conversation today. I was speaking to another manager and we were talking about how we deal with we were talking about how we both experience different situations. And one of the things that we broached upon is that, I had a problem with one of my teams where they thought that somebody was getting better treatment than the other. And it wasn't that way. It's just that I know that I have to deal with people differently. So what they may see as somebody getting away with something, you just see me handling it a different way. It be like that because somebody might not accept the feedback the way that John will take it or Sarah would take it or whoever you're dealing with, right? I can't treat everybody the same. I got to cater my message to the person that's going to be receiving the message. Because if I treat everybody the same, I'm going to run into different things to where the message is not going to hit the way that it's supposed to hit. And I had to learn that the hard way. Trust me, the hard way I had to learn. You go in, you act like a bull in the china shop with the right person, and you're dealing with all the HR issues that you and I have had so many conversations about my past, right?
Yeah.
You don't want to go through that. You don't want to deal with it. So you gotta work, you gotta move accordingly. You gotta know your team, you gotta know who you're dealing with, you gotta know what their triggers are, you gotta know what motivates them. When you really sit up and talk about managers, the people who are good at it, they really got something special going for themselves to be, especially if you're managing large teams, right? Knowing how to navigate and deal with all the different personalities. Like there's really a science to it. Now I know everybody hates a boss, so they sit up and they think, oh well, he's just treating people the way that he wants to. No, it's not that, man. Sometimes people just get lost in the sauce. They get frustrated like everybody else, and we just need something to happen. So that's a moment where, a manager loses his cool. But on a day-to-day basis with everything that they're operating, all the people that they're keeping at bay, keeping happy, every boss got a boss. So there's a boss you're dealing with that you're keeping happy. You got a store that you're dealing with that you got to keep happy. You might have a client that you got to keep happy. It's a lot to juggle, man. It's a lot to juggle. So yeah, me on my soapbox. So yeah, you can't treat everybody the same. Period.
Listen, you treat everybody fair, but not the same. And I get where he's coming from because at the same time, some of your top producers deserve a little bit of lenience, man, because if they're picking up the slack for everybody else that's coming there on time, what good is it for them to come on time? Like, it's like, like this person over here is coming on time. He ain't doing the work.
When you say stuff like that, when you say he's picking up the slack for everybody else, I hear a lack of accountability for everybody else. Because oftentimes this is another little trap leaders get caught in.
Mm-hmm.
They get into situations to where they punish the best people by just giving them the work. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I'm not gonna go deal with the professor because I know it's not gonna get done. So I'm gonna go talk to Greg.
Yeah.
For an example. And that's just what happens. I'm gonna go to where I know the job's gonna get done. So here it is. I'm overworking
because it's easier for you.
Exactly. Meanwhile, there's people sitting back not doing anything. And that creates a bigger problem because now they're like, oh, well, you know, so-and-so never does nothing. And before you know it, your best employee is going to become your biggest problem in the building.
Your best employee is going to quit. And he's going to let the whole entire everything crumble. Because if the weight is falling on my shoulders and now you're nitpicking at me about me being late, I'm out.
30% of the people do 70% of the work. Oftentimes, that's what you run into. That's a fact. Hey, Greg must be a blue-collar worker, man, because he talking that language. He understands. This is what you go through when you out here in the field, bro. When you out here in the field and you trying to bring home your dollar the hard way, man. Listen, you talking big stuff. Greg, what you do? Moment of silence. I don't like
well,
that.
you gotta let them tight, you know.
We opening up a can of worms like you.
Hey, that's my new thing, man. I found this new.
We opening up a can of worms, right? It's your button.
Yeah, well,
we opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
That's gotta be a clip, bro. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. I gotta roast myself a little bit. Why I'm so close to
we opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
Everybody got a cup in their hand, so you already know what time we was on.
Oh, that was the after hours show.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
that's when
that was
we
after
found out
hours.
Glorilla was on the come up.
That's when we had Basil.
Yeah, we're gonna get her back on the show one day. I'm gonna need you to reach out to her and see what she's talking about.
Okay.
But with all that being said, man, I had a good time tonight, man. I'm not gonna keep you on here too much long because I'm tired, bro. Tomorrow's my only day off, and I want to go to sleep.
I hear you on that, bro. Life be lifing. My man got to take a nap.
A power nap.
He got a power nap, boy. He power napping out, bro.
I'm gonna take a 20-minute. Hold on, what? I gotta work hard, so I'm a part of the 30%. Yeah, you have to work hard, otherwise you're gonna get fired. You one of them good employees, Greg. You one of them good employees. I'm gonna give you everything I got, and it better get done. And I'm gonna give you 10. If you get 9 of them done, I'm gonna write you up for number 10, and I'm gonna talk about it with the people that I didn't assign work with.
Yikes. If Greg was like a frontline entry employee, he'd be the snitch. I'm messing with cases on all you. I'm messing with you, Greg. He like, oh man, I put in 70% of this work. He only put in 25. Go get him. Go get him, bro.
Hey, man, shout out to Greg, man. Hey, shout out to Greg, man. That's a loyal view. I appreciate you coming out, man. One day we might get you up here, but until then, you know what we gonna do.
Opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
That's my new button. Hey, next week Saturday, next week Sunday, we'll be back. I told you we go try to work on our consistency, but I got inventories going on, man. So, you know, it's hard for me right now. But until next week, I appreciate everybody for continuing to rock with the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this content out with a friend. Hit your notifications bell so you know when we going live. Until then,
opening up a can of worms like you could go viral tomorrow.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in.
Soul Connect
to another episode of the Labor Lounge. We appreciate you. Labor Lounge, that's right, we been working out. All that issue can't talk at work, we can talk about. Labor Lounge, I ain't gonna argue with ya, I'ma hit you with these facts so